Hi YouTube pipe smokers, this is Jesse James, the Rocky Mountain Piper, coming to you from sunny Colorado with a VR to Max Wolf Northwest. I assume it's Northwest, maybe it's just NW. And he had posted a video about talking about the first time he shared tobacco with someone and asked for us to share our experiences. So I thought I would. I'll try to find the link to his original video and put it in the description. My first time sharing tobacco. So as far as my history with tobacco, neither of my parents smoked. The vast majority of my extended family didn't smoke anything. And smoking was always kind of taboo, kind of subject, which made it kind of alluring to me as a kid. So when I was a kid, I would pretend to smoke cigars and cigarettes with using Tinker toys or sticks or all sorts of things. When I was 15, I thought it might be a good idea to roll up pieces of typing paper into very narrow, very tightly rolled sticks. With a hole running through the center, and lighting them on fire in one end, and inhaling the smoke, blowing it out. And I remember when I was smoking, I'm thinking that cigarettes would be way worse than that, because the tobacco would be really harsh and acrid and awful. But the paper, you know, was just paper. So I did that a couple times. I'd sneak off into the woods and like smoke these little paper cigarettes from time to time. This was when I was like 15. So when I was 17, I went off to college, and went to a very conservative Christian college. No drinking, no sex outside of marriage, no drugs, no dancing, no smoking tobacco of any kind. This, of course, didn't mean that these things didn't go on, but simply that they were very well hidden in most cases. And so I had this friend of mine who was a freshman. And he was a cigarette smoker. And he would ask me to accompany him on, he would take walks like off campus, where there'd be less likelihood of, anybody seeing you to get you in trouble for smoking. I mean, even smelling like cigarette smoke too often could get you written up. So he would go walk off campus, and he would ask me to join him. I would walk with him. He would offer me one of his cigarettes, and I'd always say, "Oh, no, I don't smoke. No, thank you." And on one of the times when he offered it to me, I had mentioned, kind of in passing, that I had used to smoke these paper cigarettes once upon a time, and he thought that was hilarious. So probably the third or fourth time that he offered me a cigarette, he goes, what about here? He goes, I'll make you a deal. As you go home and go back to your room, back to your dorm room, and roll a couple of those paper cigarettes. And the next time we go on a walk, I'll try one of your paper cigarettes if you try one of my real cigarettes. So I said, okay, seems fair. So we walk off campus, away from campus. I give him one of these paper cigarettes, and he gives me a Camel Turkish Gold. And I lit it, and I inhaled, and I thought, wow, that's really smooth. Like, I expected it would be, harsh and awful. And meanwhile, my friend's over here hacking and coughing and choking. It's like, how on earth could you ever inhale this stuff? I smoked cigarettes for 8 years, off and on, mostly on. 8 years worth of smoking over 10 years worth of time, I guess. There were little gaps here and there. But I've been cigarette free for, I don't even know, 6 months to a year probably. I smoke a pipe occasionally. The reason I quit cigarette smoking was, I couldn't breathe, which made it difficult to be active. And I didn't like the feeling of being addicted to the nicotine. It was unpleasant. And I didn't like the person it made me to be addicted to that. The thing I like about pipe smoking is I can smoke a couple times in a day, I can smoke a couple times in a week. Sometimes I won't smoke for a couple weeks at a time. And I have never felt like I needed to smoke my pipe. It's always been pure enjoyment for me, which is something I really enjoy. So thank you, Max Wolf, NW, for sharing your story of the first time you shared tobacco with someone. So thank you for hanging out with me. Until next time, this is Jesse James, the Rocky Mountain Piper, saying happy piping.